So I recently got Apple TV, which has been out for a little while actually, Apple TV and Apple TV Plus. And I honestly didn't expect there to be as much on there as there is. So I want to talk about a little bit about Apple TV, but I also mainly I want to talk about a little bit of both. The first thing that I watched
You
on there is
gotta
called
you
the
gotta explain me what Apple TV is because I'm the clueless consumer. I know it exists. That's about
so
it.
Yeah, I was a little bit in the dark too. So it exists like a streaming service, like Netflix or Hulu. In my head, for the longest time, it was like Quibi and kind of forgettable, and no one needed to have it. But it's Apple's streaming service. They have shows and movies on there that open up with "This is an Apple original." You're not going to watch it anywhere else. And
How
I don't
many
know.
how many shows or movies are we talking about roughly?
It's like I'm only just getting into it, but like I was scrolling for a minute. At least HBO Max levels, if not more.
Okay,
So
okay,
there's a lot of stuff on there.
okay.
Certainly nowhere near Netflix or Hulu, but it's up there, and I think it'll keep growing. So I watched only just the first episode, but it's an hour and a half, about closer to an hour and a half of the morning show, which first off Apple has endless money, you already know,
They
and
do.
if as you scroll through the first like five, six, seven, eight things, these are all AAA actors in everything. This particular show is Jennifer Aniston, Steve Carell, and a couple of other notable like you would several other faces that you would recognize immediately. Um,
I'll be honest with you, man. I kind of care more about AAA writers than AAA actors. I
well,
wish those actors pretty much come up with a good story. That's what I like.
So I'm one for one with Apple TV. So it has a 100% success rate as of recording this because the
Ooh.
first episode was awesome. I literally clicked it not knowing what to expect at all. It had Steve Carell, so I thought maybe this will be a comedy. It was recommended as one of their ones, and I opened it, and it starts immediately with this is episode one, so not really spoilers for anybody because I don't even know what's going to happen. This is all first impressions.
Hmm.
But it's Steve Carell and Jennifer Aniston have been the anchors on America's favorite morning talk show, Regis and Kelly kind of thing, for the last 15 years. And immediately Steve Carell is fired because there's allegations of sexual misconduct. So we follow several different paths in this, and I think it's first off, I meant to or I wanted to say this before talking about it in the show. I think probably trigger warning for those that like to have that because there's some strong stuff in the show, which leads to my next point. I like that Apple's
Like hot current topics.
yeah, well, just like sexual deviancy, some stuff that can upset certain crowds. With just for example, okay, so immediately he gets fired, right? They don't even talk to him. He's off the show, and then we see Jennifer Aniston's perspective where she's like, I can't fucking believe that guy. He was my best friend. He's my work husband for 15 years. And then she goes through how upset she is, and she also, by the way, great female character in this, very fallible, and I don't know if she has an up arc because I kind of didn't like her by the end of the episode, but we'll see. So it yeah, so okay, so it follows her immediately, and I'm not going to just break down the entire episode, but there's a lot that happens really quickly, or over the course of an hour and some change, and eventually we come to Steve Carell, and Steve Carell is with his team, and he's like, I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't rape anybody. He goes, everything that I did was consensual. I had affairs, and me and my wife have worked through these since when were affairs illegal? You know what I mean? And you're
Yeah.
like, whoa, we're going there. Like, what's going on with this? But they present it really well. And then, man, we're also following another female journalist who's working for this like much younger company,
Mhm.
or just not the giant entity that is the like whatever the name of the news network that does the morning show. And she gets caught in a viral clip where from what it seems like, she's meant to be giving a conservative narrative to that network's audience,
Yeah.
but she gets caught off camera being very liberal, yelling at a cameraman or yelling at a guy that pushes her cameraman down. And it turns out that she knows all this stuff about oil mining, and she ends up like she's behind the camera. She's passionate about it, and she knows all this stuff. And she tells off the guy, and she's like, "It's like, what do you even know about oil? You know, why are you here? Why are you here causing a scene? And why did you just push my fucking cameraman?" And then she lays out like 6-7 oil facts, and then she gets on camera and she changes the narrative because she's on camera.
Okay. Damn. So they're touching all those current topics about fake news, about cancel culture, about all those things that we're living right now.
It's super current, man. It's a very right now show.
I mean, Apple is showing some balls touching those topics, dude.
And it literally, and this is all still episode 1. It goes even deeper. And I really think these writers, I think Apple's hiring some killer writers, because Jennifer Aniston's boss is super, super loyal to Jennifer Aniston. Okay. He's like, ride or die. We're going to make sure that we're going to find you a new co-host, and we're going to make sure whoever sits in that seat, it's up to you and all that. And then he's talking to the owner of the news network, and the owner of the news network is like, she's tired and he was fired anyway, so it's time to find a new, America needs a new morning mom and dad.
Yeah.
And so he's like going behind her back, but also he likes her, so that's a whole different, I mean, it is, and then it's a lot. It sounds like a lot because I'm currently on the ride. Yeah. Unlike most topics we do on this show, I've just started. You know what I mean? So it's all very
first impressions, brand new.
Very
man, it sounds like a great show. My concern is, to be honest with you, that it might get overshadowed by the fact that it's on Apple TV. You know what I'm saying? Like sadly, there's some heavy competitors, and people right now are pretty much pick and choosing what they're subscribed to. Even though this is a cheap service, I believe it's like what, $6?
I got it for free for a year with Brittany's iPhone.
Yeah, but normally it's like $5 or $6, right?
I think it's $5, like $5 a month or $6 a month.
It's not HBO 15 or Netflix 14 now.
No,
like for 100% sure of that, but still, man, because we got those titans competing against each other, and then we got Disney on the side. It's so easy to miss this probably amazing, great shows.
Well, I think, sorry to cut you. I think Apple is building their empire. It's like, I think they're okay, or their streaming empire, because I have not seen any marketing for this, and I've had an iPhone forever. And I've heard of Apple TV, and just like you, I was like, okay, who cares? I have Netflix.
How long has been this show out? Like, how long has been this?
I'm not sure. Maybe a year. I mean, you could look up the morning
and
show
here's the
and
thing.
see.
You are the first person that pretty much show this to me or suggest this to me. Which is crazy, man. Like I haven't seen, at least on my circle, nobody say, "Oh, you gotta watch the morning show. It's an amazing, incredible show."
I think they're not.
And sorry to interrupt you. And most of the shows that you and I watch is because I tell you about it, you tell me about it, and we feed with each other, and we just watch those shows.
I think that I think that they haven't really started. I guess. Because I've been recommended like one show from Apple TV from someone who didn't sell it very well. And I don't know if Apple TV has gotten in the hands of entertainment junkies like ourselves yet. Because as soon as I watched it, I wanted to stay up later. I was like, how is there's gold. There's secret gold inside Apple TV this whole time.
You were like, oh my God, yes.
It's a whole nother amazing platform, and it's cheap, and I'm not trying to sell it. I'm discovering it myself. I think Apple has access to like so much music, dude. Like I don't know the legal rights, but I'm pretty sure if you're on iTunes, probably they can just use your stuff. You know what I mean? Like, because there's some good music, some like top level AAA music in there
on
too.
on the show, you say?
In the show, I mean,
Okay.
only in a couple things, but so it seems like AAA writing, AAA actors, AAA music, and it's a triple threat, and
I mean,
no one's
they
talking about
have
any of this.
they have they have the money to make good quality product. Like that, I have no doubt about that. But do they have the nostalgia? Do they have the IPs? That is extremely powerful, and I think that's what they're lacking of. I'm not saying that their content is bad, because that the show that you're describing sounds amazing and I would like to watch that, but then it's not as easy to for attract new consumer as, for example, the Snyder Cut or Marvel show or Star Wars. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I believe
do.
I believe that was the problem that Netflix was having at the beginning, and then since they got established, it now Netflix is like Stranger Things, which was
Yeah.
a new IP,
Mhm.
but it's not easy. It's not easy to get to that status. You know what I'm saying?
No, I think that's where they're at their journey now, because I mean they have shows. They have a Jason Momoa show. They've got a comedy with Thomas
They
Middleditch.
told me about that one too. Yeah.
And that's just scratching the surface from what I can tell. I
Mhm.
think I think they probably need to work on their marketing, and I think I'm going to be swimming in this water for a little bit. So if I finish this and I'm like, hey man, this is the next.
You are correspondents on this on these waters, pretty much.
It's weird. I'm curious. I mean, certainly anyone that's listening, watching, whatever, if you've ever watched Apple TV, if you had it a couple years ago and where it's at now, because I might just have jumped in at the right time.
Yeah.
Because we've talked about how streaming is getting better and better and better and better and better.
No, and I have no doubt there might be some hidden gems on that. I'm gonna mention this again. I'm concerned that I'm missing out. Because sadly I have to pick and choose. I cannot have every single service. Like I believe most of our viewers cannot have every single service. So it's hard, man. It's hard to say. It's hard to say how much we might be missing. Which is if we're missing, because now we're like to a point that I just don't have time to watch all this shit.
Yeah, there's just too much.
So it's like, man, it's sad, man. It's sad because I know that at some point there's gonna be some amazing shows that are gonna be just under the radar, and nobody's gonna pay attention because pretty much everybody has something else to watch.
I think it's going to be a lot of word of mouth. I think that I'm catching the wave right as it's coming up. I think there's going to be a lot of Chris's telling Will's, a lot of Will's telling his wife. Like, I think I have the intuition that I am on the upsurf of this wave. Like, I can feel Apple TV coming to disrupt some stuff because, dude, it's really good, honestly. And I've only seen one episode, so.
I can't wait for you to watch the whole thing and let me know how it is, because if it's that good and it stay that good, I'm gonna watch it for sure.
And then if the Jason Momoa show is amazing, and then they start, I mean, everything they have is a new IP.
Freaking have to subscribe. What can I do, man? Another service, another
sell out
one.
more cash. Yep.
God.
And then we'll get the Microsoft streaming service, or the I don't know.
I already have it with freaking Game Pass.
We're gonna have another one with movies.
I cannot do this shit no more, man. And Microsoft has the money as well. If anybody can do another streaming service show with movies and original content, it's freaking Microsoft, because we bought Bethesda for $7 billion.
We're gonna get the CNN cinematic universe soon, and dude, they're all gonna come, man. But hey, I'll keep watching good stuff, man. If good companies keep making good stuff, I'm gonna watch it.